Hello, and welcome to Simple Life Philosophy, and I'm your host, Ed Raby. This is the channel where you follow along with me as I look for a simpler philosophy of life that is both simple to execute, simple to understand, and leads me to a more productive state of mind that is also a peaceful state of mind. Today, I want to, if you're watching this video, this means that you're listening maybe to my intro video. This is a new intro video for my channel. I've done a couple of these now, but I want to do a new one. So I want you to stay tuned because I want you to understand I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should subscribe to this channel. And if at the end of my 5 reasons you still don't have a good reason to subscribe to the channel, you're more than welcome to go carry on and do what you do on YouTube. But if I do strike you with at least one of them, perhaps you want to think about subscribing to the channel, hitting your notification bell, and maybe giving this video a like and maybe a comment about where you're from and why you decided to follow the channel. Uh, let's start right off with reason number 1. Perhaps you have a common interest in what I'm going to talk about a lot, which is philosophy in general. But more specifically, I tend to talk a lot about Stoicism, minimalism, and essentialism. I'm also beginning to think that permaculture, gardening, or agriculture is kind of a philosophy as well as a way of doing agriculture, and I'll get to more of that when I talk about another one of my reasons to follow the channel. But if you're interested in those topics of what is it to be a Stoic, how to be a Stoic, how to be better at minimalism, what does it mean to be a minimalist, um, what is essentialism, and how do you become better and better at it, those are the kind of things that I like to talk about in general. I also try to encourage people in, say, some of the pagan philosophies, such as the Nine Noble Virtues. I tend to talk about those Nine Noble Virtues a lot because, in the end of the day, philosophy is all about obtaining and pursuing virtue. And so, if you're interested in that sort of thing, that's reason number 1. Number 2, you personally are kind of tired of the rat race, and like me, you got tired of trying to pursue a normal career, a normal life, and it's like, yeah, I want to back off. I want to move from this complex mess that we call a planet and call society and move to a more simple form of life. If you're like me, then perhaps my journey can inspire you, and maybe we can talk back and forth, and maybe we can have some discussions about how to get to that simpler life even quicker and faster. Um, I'm 54, but I would like to be living my full simple life long before I hit 65. So I've got a few years, about a decade left, and the more help I can get from the community and the more help I can give to you, then maybe we'll all achieve our goals of getting away from this complex, archaic life that just brings anxiety and depression and get to a life that's more simple, easier for us to have that peace of mind that we also generally want. And if that's you, then maybe you want to follow along on my journey because my journey might be able to inspire you a little bit. Um, Number 3, I do book reviews. And I do book reviews on a lot of the topics that we have talked about, plus a topic I haven't mentioned yet. But I'm trying to move a little bit quicker on these book reviews, but I want to read a book, get it done, write a book review, and then you don't have to necessarily hear a pat review from Amazon or whatever, whoever you're getting the review from. You can also get one from me, and I can tell you what the value of the book is and my own personal thoughts about it. And that'll give you a different perspective on what books maybe you want to buy and what books you want to just kind of pass along on. Whenever somebody else does a book review, it's always helpful for when you're deciding what book to buy and where to spend your money on that. Part of being a simple life is being frugal with our money and making sure that we're not buying things we don't need. So if a book can be really genuinely helpful and can fulfill a need for you to get someplace else in your knowledge and understanding of life, then I'm hopefully through my book reviews, I'll give you some sort of way of getting there. Number 4, I talk a lot about gardening too now. In fact, I have a segment on this thing called the Simple Gardening Noob, in which I am trying to learn right now what it takes to garden. But here's some of the key words. Permaculture. How do you create this culture of gardening where plants work together, things work together, systems work together, so that you can be much more self-sustaining. Self-sustaining one is another word. Organic is another word I'm trying to get. Indoor gardening. And of course, I'm on my way to trying to find a way to homestead. I think I need a partner for that, and I'm still looking for that partner, for that woman that wants to walk beside me into this adventure. And maybe do a video about that too. But mostly, if you're into those kind of concepts and you want to talk about those things, I'm a channel to follow as well. I'm not an expert in any of those things. I'm learning as I go right now. But maybe you can help me and I can help you. And that way we can work together. Finally, encouragement in general. I used to be a pastor. I'm not a pastor anymore. I don't really believe in anything. But the one thing I do think is every once in a while we just need that person who'll come along and tell us, hey, have you considered this? Or, you know what, I know you're feeling down right now. I can encourage you with that. I personally am currently of the belief that I suffer from adult autism, although I haven't been tested. And so that's a struggle for me, and some people have been encouragement to me, and I've been encouragement back to them. I also have anxiety sometimes and depression, and following the simple life is my way of encouraging myself, and I think it can be an encouragement to you. But I also try to just be encouraging in general, just to let you know that there isn't always everybody out here on the internet isn't being negative. I'm trying to be positive too, lead people into a positive direction. I think the whole garbage that we have in this world kind of brings us down, and I think we need more positive influences on going forward and living a life. And I try to make this channel a place of encouragement for that very reason. So those are my 5 reasons why I think you should hit that subscribe button. If none of those fit you and you really don't think this channel is for you, then thank you for at least hearing me out and listening, and maybe someday this channel will have some meaning to you. But if any of those 5 reasons appeal to you, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't hurt, and you may see my videos then on a more regular basis. That helps me, and hopefully I can help you and encourage you. Finding a way of living a simple life of philosophy where that philosophy leads us to a life that is productive, full of peace of mind, full of simplicity, self-sustaining, and works towards a very common and very productive goal. That's what we're looking for. Something where we can take a deep breath and still go forward and live our lives in happiness and joy. Thank you for sticking around. Once again, if any of these 5 reasons appeal to you, hit that subscribe button, hit your notification bell, like the video, make a comment about where you're from, and if you think other people are interested, share the video. I appreciate any help that I can get in growing this channel. And once again, I appreciate you all. This has been Simple Life Philosophy with your host, Ed Raby, hoping that you're living your best life and your happiest life. And now, I'm going to let you go, and thank you for at least listening and hearing me out, or thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you all. You have a great day.